So what's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it, man. A topic that keeps coming up and that I need to address is Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As biased as I am, and yeah, I want Oscar Valdez to win that fight for sure, and he has a very good chance to win that fight. But uh, I cannot deny how good Shakur Stevenson is. And what I'm saying, like, is as sorry, as biased as I am towards the Mexican boxer or fighters, you know, ever since I first saw Shakur Stevenson fight, I always thought he was going to be like a champion. I used to tell my brother nobody was beating him, and he was the best young fighter right now. But then after a couple of performances, I was like, nah, I don't see it anymore. Now, skill wise, he still has the best boxing in the weight division that he's in. Probably technique wise, I don't see anybody with better technique than him. I mean, the only person technically as technically sound as him is Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo was easily one of the greatest boxers, and the fact that he's moving up in weight, he's going to prove himself at 140. So Shakur Stevenson, his Olympic background, his amateur background is amazing. If you watch him fight, you can just see how amazing he is. Even in his street fight, the street fight that he got into, if you haven't seen it, look it up. But even the street fight he got into, that's probably the first thing I ever saw of him. And when I saw it, I was like, damn, that dude could fight. He can punch. He's very accurate and everything, but people they don't understand me completely. They think I'm hating on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? But I'm actually not hating on Shakur Stevenson. I'm just not a fan of Shakur Stevenson because he can be boring. He can be boring. And people want to say, oh, people thought Mayweather was boring. And no, absolutely not. Anybody who thought Mayweather was boring does not know boxing. And Haney is not Mayweather. Shakur Stevenson is not Mayweather. There will never be another Mayweather. Just like there will never be another Muhammad Ali. There will never be another Mike Tyson. But if you look up little Mike Tyson, and there's so many people out there that say, oh, this guy's the next Mike Tyson. No, it'll never happen. There's only one Mike Tyson. Nobody can do it like him. His speed and power combined, nobody can do it like that. And that the same thing with Mayweather. Nobody can do what Mayweather does. Mayweather is probably the most perfect boxer I've ever seen in my life. Technically, everything about him is good, is excellent. He's a master. He's a master boxer, and he is never boring. You know what I mean? But Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, there's never been a pretty boy about him. Mayweather was pretty boy before he became Money Mayweather. Mayweather went out there and broke his hands when he fought. He let it go. Shakur Stevenson is always playing. You can't just jump to the Money Mayweather style like Haney and Shakur Stevenson is and get my respect. You got to prove yourself. You got to fight. You got to get in there and fight. Nobody wants to see a boring fight. And Shakur Stevenson has been boring multiple times, regardless of his skill set. You cannot deny that. Don't give me that. Don't say that you watched this fight and didn't get bored. I love boxing, and I've gotten bored from watching him. So that's the first thing. To wrap things up, like this isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to clear that up, make a little clear. God dang, people keep blowing my phone up. Anyways, I've been out for a minute. I haven't really made 2 videos, but yeah, it's been on my mind a lot. And to close it out, people are not giving Oscar Valdez a chance. As good as Shakur Stevenson is, come on, man. Like, for real, like, y'all are aware that upsets are possible, right? Oscar Valdez, look at his record. On paper, Oscar Valdez has a way better record than Shakur Stevenson. I mean, 30 wins, no losses, and regardless of his last fight, he still won. He still won that fight. I mean, y'all people saying he lost his last fight. No. Nope. He won. He won. A lot of people think he won. The judges said he won. It is a win on his record. He is 30-0. Look. The bottom line is, if he shows up like I think he's going to show up, and is not a pussy like Jamal Herring. Jamal Herring could have won that fight. He had no heart. He showed no urgency. He didn't want to be in there. He was there to get his ass kicked. That was a setup. Passing the torch. Everybody's saying Shakur Stevenson is going to bust Oscar Valdez up. It's very possible. That's a big possibility. Very big possibility. If Shakur Stevenson shows up and fights like Money Mayweather, lets his hands go, and puts on the best performance of his life, technically, and whoops Oscar Valdez's ass from beginning to end, I will respect Shakur Stevenson, and I might even think he's probably the best in that weight division. But there's a saying, you box a brawler and brawl a boxer. Now you go watch Maidana versus Mayweather, the first fight. As amazing as Mayweather is, that fight, I thought Maidana won. The second fight was even super tough, but the first fight versus Maidana and Mayweather, watch. If Oscar Valdez goes in there, presses him, makes it a war, we are going to see Shakur Stevenson smirking, acting like he's not hurt, shaking his head no a lot. I promise you. Oscar Valdez is, what's the dude's name? Fonseca? The one that everybody thinks beat Valdez? There's a reason why Fonseca slowed down at the end. If I'm saying his name right. If I'm not saying his name right, I don't give a shit. But there's a reason why he slowed down at the end. Oscar Valdez was tearing that boy's body up. He was tearing that dude up. It takes more than output. Okay, you got to have defense. You got to have punch resistance. You got to be able to take a beating. You have to have heart. Oscar Valdez didn't stop. Fonseca, or whatever the fuck his name is, ran out of gas. He slowed down. He took his foot off the gas. He got his ass kicked. Valdez beat him up. So what that he looked busted up? There's a lot of black fighters that do not show markings very easy, do not get marked up. The fact that a Mexican fighter or a white fighter is light-skinned, they're going to show damage easier. Remember that. Remember that. Use your fucking head. For real, bro. Come on. Black fighters obviously don't bruise and get cut up as easy. Or not, they don't bruise. They don't get red as easy. But shit, watch Chavez versus Meldrick Taylor and tell me they don't get busted up. I'm not being racist. I'm just telling you the truth. Oscar Valdez has a chance to win. He does have a chance to win. I just wanted to make this clear. All y'all who are not giving Oscar Valdez a chance, don't be surprised if an upset happens. Do not be surprised. I'm picking Valdez. I may be wrong, but if I'm right, boom. Boom. It could happen. Like, subscribe.